We're here at Hope at Barnoldswick in England, where they're celebrating 25 years of making top quality mountain bike and road components. Let's go and take a look.
Hello.
Hi Alan, how's things?
Good, thank you. Welcome to Hope. First bit of the area we've got is the sort of gallery area. We've got a few photographers giving us pictures to show all the products and people riding. Quite a few of our old products we used to make. Some different parts were made for motorbikes and cars and things. But then the first disc brakes are over in the cabinets over here as well. We've got the first mechanical brake we started with. Wow. So that's a machine from solid aluminium on a rear hub modified to fit into the forks. That was the first ever brake we made.
And was this created 25 years ago?
Basically 25 years ago, yes, that's the actual one. Well, it all started. We do have a bit of heritage in motorbike trials. The people who, well, founders Ian and Simon both did trials, so we've got some of their past motorbikes and current ones as well. A dream kids bike with the integrated brake on the back, and all this whole part is one piece machine from solid. So it shows what we can do really. Well, this is quite a reception and we're going to the design areas now. It's basically use SolidWorks to do all design packages, draw the products up, get the concepts going, that sort of thing. Then once they get fairly happy with it, we'll use some 3D models. So they've got the 3D models that they've drawn in there. Yeah. It comes through to Tony, who puts them onto another package here called Gibbs, which actually transfers those drawings into actual what the machines will use downstairs and works out the cutters and that sort of thing. But this also means you can actually work out how it's going to machine and make sure the cutter's not going to run into things. That sort of stuff.
Very clever.
Yeah. You know, all the pictures on the corridor basically, there's all the people in the offices are generally on the pictures. Right. So it just shows that everyone rides all the time. This is actually the bike. It's Owen, the actual hub designer. He's a copy of his first bike he ever had. So from like early 70s. He wanted to prove to people that mountain bikes weren't invented in America. So this is what he was riding. So his hybrid geared system he's got on 3 speeds. Got the boardroom here. We don't have any board meetings, but it was here from the original tenants who did the building. So we just kept it. We use meetings now and again. The thing, because we've got a pump track we built around the back, but one of the developments we're doing now, we're looking at expanding the manufacturing, and one of the ideas is to have a velodrome on top of the actual manufacturing plant. In the roof, still covered. We're looking at a 250 metre track. So basically trying to make it like a gym for cyclists basically. The idea is there's no seating on the outside, it's surely for people to ride in, but in the centre we'll have like a cafe. So you'll be able to go there, go on your bike ride, go into a cafe and watch people riding around. Something like a good destination as well. Yeah, we try and do all the things ourselves we can, everything we can really. This is the new 3D printer we've got. It's about £30,000 one of these, but this one, basically an inkjet printer that lifts as well, on a Z-axis. So it lays down fluid, 0.01 of a millilitre each layer, and a UV light cures the plastic, and then there's another layer down. So those, say a cassette, would take about 5 or 6 hours to print. I had quite a bit of space here, so we've got a bit of a social area for staff as well. We've got Guy Martin sent us some shorts, we've got jerseys, then we've got Mike Ashton's bike from Road Bike Party 1 that he gave to us to look after. So here we have all the raw materials stored here. So you've got about 6 weeks worth of raw material here, and all the various extrusions and aluminium, steels and things. So you've got various profiles, either square or the section for race levers and tech levers and things we've got there. Down this side we have all the 5-axis milling machines, which do the first operation on most of the parts we do. I'll show you one down here, we can have a look on the machine. So what you've got, we've got some forgings we get made of the tech mass cylinders. Again, it's almost the profile we need. In here you've got 32 different pallets, which is actually like a little shelves based inside the machine. So the operator loads these onto a fixture here. So he'll load the parts on there, the raw material. He does the whole of that in one operation. So you've got all the boards in the machine, the threads have been tapped. All it's left on is one small service location, which will go onto another machine just to machine that part off. So you've got one here, it's got a robot on the outside of the machine. So every 7 minutes, it just loads the billet into the machine, starts machining, and then with the conveyor at the end, the finished part comes out of. This is making front Pro 2 Evo hubs. Every single one of those, by the bearing diameters, 100% inspection. So we go through all the process on those. We do all the small parts in here. So these are all your connectors, pad pins for brake pads, that sort of thing. So the only thing we don't make are standard bolts, but everything else is manufactured in-house. It's actually making shrouds in here for the actual hoses. So there's a lot of coolant around there and oil actually lubricating it. So this one's actually feeding 3 metre length of bar into the machine, and it actually machines all the splines onto there, and then swaps spindles, moves the opposite end, machines the poles where they're going to, cuts it off, so it's all deburred and finished, and drops it out as a finished part. So again, it's about 6 or 7 minutes to do that one part.
And that's running 24 hours a day?
Yeah. This here, like I say, the prototypes, you've got all the prototype spiders for the actual cranks I'm making here. And then this is the material. We haven't got the forgings yet, so we're actually replicating what the forgings, somewhere what they're like to actually machine up the cranks. So this is a heat treatment for the discs. So basically, the robot picks off a disc off the shelves, puts it into the oven, it's 1000 degrees, takes about 70 seconds, and then goes underneath these two platens, actually flatten it and actually cool it totally flat. So its natural state then is actually flat, so that if you get hot or anything when you actually ride it, it won't actually distort. So this is all the inspection area. So you've got all the parts, well, the axles and things, 100% inspection. You can see these axles going through. So they've loaded onto the machine there, pressed on there, and it actually basically takes a picture of the actual, all the diameters and rotates them to get consistency of the axles as well. So this is one of the periodic inspections, so it'll actually basically just run the actual, the whole profile of the hub and actually work out the sizes and check it all. Dwarf all scrap metal, comes into here, compacts it all into little bricks and comes out the end in small blocks basically. So it just goes back out for recycling then. It's about 96% of the waste of the factory gets recycled. So all the hubs and things get up on these fixtures, and you can see the machines behind, like big mixing machines almost. And it goes going into a powder, and the powder is actually all ground up walnut shells. And that just rubs around in there for about 20 minutes, just polishing the surface, because the better surface you have at the end, the better finish you have anodizing. This is just for different shaped pieces. Right. So parts that go on fixtures will go in that machine over there because they'll fit onto the fixtures. But these are for tumbling the smaller parts that can't fit in a fixture. So you can see in here, this is like in ceramic, to get rid of the burrs first of all. So the head doctors, their top caps. So it's polishing those in like these ceramic bowls, and then they'll go into the actual walnut shells there afterwards. So what we tend to do, all the orders, we stock most of our products anodized, because obviously we've got 6 different colours we do, so we can stock it in this area and then just choose the colours as we go along. So quite often these parts in this area will be being anodized today and leaving this afternoon or tomorrow morning going out to shops and retailers. So you have all the different parts being mounted onto these jigs ready for the anodizing process. We start off with a couple of cleaning processes just to get the surface prepped ready for actual anodizing, and then the tanks here, these are actually performing the anodizing process itself. So you have electrical charge going through there, it's creating like a controlled corrosion on the surface. So that's almost like a white dull finish to the actual parts. So once they've done that, they'll go down to one of the coloured tanks. So different chemicals in the tanks here, for the colours. You've got green, there's gold, there's black over there, and that dye gets absorbed into the actual anodized surface that's on there, and then there's a various sealing process afterwards, just to actually stop that rubbing off basically. So once the anodizing has been done, the next process is actually laser marking all the parts. So what we do, we load up the hubs, out. The hub goes in onto a small fixture in the machine, then we just press the button and it's actually going to laser mark the actual logos and all the etching onto the hubs. It's basically just burning away the surface anodizing, but it still leaves like an oxidised coating, so it's still protected. This is all the wheel building area. So basically all the spokes get laced up into the hubs there. First operation on this end, they actually put the nipples onto the spokes themselves and just loosely builds the wheel. So they're sort of quite tension, but just loosely dished at the moment. And and then they go down to the true machines at the end, which actually do the final truing. But then one of the critical processes we do is actually hand finish at the end afterwards. Spend another 10 minutes actually hand finishing them to make sure they actually de-stress everything, ready to ride basically. This one, you see it's actually, the heads come out actually through the spokes, but it's working on the graph, trying to get it to within 0.2 of a millimetre run out. It just keeps rotating around, then checking it, and then trues it up, then checks it again. It's usually about 2 minutes to check to do a wheel. This machine actually has all the de-stressing actually built into the machine. It's the first one ever made like this, so made it especially to our specifications basically. Quite a few bikes lying around as well, because we have a bit of a sort of bike work scheme, so all the staff basically give them at least one bike to ride, and it's all obviously decked out in all our parts. We've got Oranges, we've got Giants, there's some giant road bikes, there's a few Yetis and Santa Cruz around, so if someone races, they might have a Scots scale there for racing on. So there's various different bikes, but they all get given those to use for the year, and then we just, at the end of the year, we sell them on, and it's a way of testing products. It also means the staff get to understand what they're making. So we've got 250 bikes now that staff use. So I think the most someone has is 7 bikes. So do quite a bit of racing though. Right, so this area, it's all the final assembly. So you've got all by hand, they're putting all hubs together. Here's the headsets, skewers, quick releases, pedals on different bench. So each bench has a different sort of product really. But also, we're doing a final inspection by hand and assembly. It means you can check them to make sure everything's perfect with what goes in the box. So there's not much stock, so we basically work on very much just in time. So all these shelves are being built, well, the assembly area, continually replenishing the parts on here. So all during the day, there'll be like quick releases, they keep adding more and more to the shelves. So if anything does go wrong with the brakes, it comes through to here, which is all the warranty and service area. But they also look after all the team bikes in here, and all the bikes for staff as well get looked after in here. Yeah. So any problems get done in here. So down the bike looked after there. There's a new Santa Cruz in the corner. Someone's getting built at the moment. So some quite nice bikes around.